the San Antonio Spurs for not having the big three. Look again. It's a new day.
Were you aware that the commissioner's already issued a statement saying there'll be some substantial sanctions?
No.
That's one question. Welcome back to Rome. My contributors tonight are Lee Jenkins from Sports Illustrated and Shannon Owens from the Orlando Sentinel. We are going in. It's good to see both you guys. Let me start you off on that topic, but let me first refer to a tweet from Sixth Round. Quote, will petty attacks like this most recent one on the Spurs continue once Silver takes over? All right, Shannon, first things first. Was that a petty attack from David Stern, or did he have a good point when he was upset that 4 of the top 5 Spurs didn't go in that nationally televised game?
Well, I'm sort of torn because I see both sides of this situation. If you look at it from a fan perspective, when they buy tickets to an NBA game, they want to see the stars. You know, they don't want to go and see Tiago Splinter. They want, they want to see Tim Duncan. They want to see Tony Parker. They want to see the guys play. So I can understand the sense of the NBA is a business, and you want to make sure that you're putting out your best product on the floor. But on the other hand, these guys are old. Maybe they want to rest them. They just played 6 games on the road.
This is Pop's whole point. I mean, four games in 5 nights, a 6-game road trip. We are not young. My responsibility is to this team, this ownership. I need to win basketball games. Where do you come out?
They need to beat the Miami Heat in the NBA Finals. They get 2 cracks a year at the Heat, 1 in Miami. Could you imagine LeBron James about to play the Lakers at Staples Center, or Kobe Bryant about to play the Heat in Miami and saying, you know what? I'm going to get on the next Southwest flight, get my B pass, fly on home. Just as competitors, I can't believe that the Spurs would do this, that those players would allow themselves to be put in that position.
What can they do? I mean, if Greg Popovich says you're not going, get on that plane, they got to get on the plane.
Oh, it's still a players' league, though. I mean, if Tony Parker says, no, I want to play against the Heat, I want to be tested against the best tonight, he's going to be able to do that. I mean, I think the players are getting a pass.
It's interesting. I would think so in almost any other situation except that team with that coach. I mean, what do you think? I mean, if these guys, if Tim Duncan says, hey, you know what, Pop, we want to play in this game. This is important to us. I mean, would it work? Would he be able to convince the coach to let him play? I'm going to say no because of who that coach is.
Yeah, Pop is sort of like, the granddaddy. What he says goes. So I don't know if it will work so much with him. But like I said, these guys have a lot of mileage on their body. I understand what you're saying about LeBron, but these guys are older. They've been in the league longer, lots of wear and tear. Even Doc Rivers, not that he would send his guys on Southwest to go home, but, he tries to manage the minutes of his older guys.
Is it not a good decision for his team? 4 games, 5 nights, an old team.
It's a good decision for the team. But look, Phil Jackson used to have old teams too, and they didn't do this. I mean, you were part of a larger show. And I know that the Spurs kind of think of themselves as immune from the show.
Yeah, but he does do these things. I mean,
no, he does it every year.
Yeah, Popovich does do this.
He does it every year. He's just never done, and that's why this is getting so much attention right now, is it was because it was against the Heat. But look, he's in collaboration with Tim Duncan. He often says, I work with Tim Duncan. Mm-hmm. Tim Duncan doesn't just work for me. The players had to be in on this as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe Duncan didn't want to play. All right, let's go to topic number 2. James Harden was on the show earlier. What about the situation he's in right now? Is he in a better situation for himself with Houston than he was in OKC when he was coming off the bench?
For him personally, yes. This is a great situation for him. He went from being the 6th man to the man in Houston. First couple games, 37, 45 points. Now we're getting to see his full potential with Houston. The problem is you don't have a lot of backup here, on your team. You're playing with Jeremy Lin, Chandler Parsons. You have a couple of young guys. Matter of fact, I think Harden is the most tenured guy as a starter with 3 years. So you have a little while before this team is going to quite get it together.
Is he a top dog guy? Is he a number 1 go-to franchise max-out guy?
I know it's only been a month, but I'd say yeah. And I know that it's kind of the rap on him in Oklahoma City was that he's best as a third wheel. He's best when he's deferring to better players, but I don't see it. I mean, now it looks like psychobabble. The way he's played for this first month in Houston, the way he scored, the way he's made plays for that team, I think he is a lead dog.
How do you think OKC does going forward without him?
Well, it's amazing right now because they're actually scoring more. They're getting to the line more. But Kevin Martin's going to be a free agent. They probably lose him. Jeremy Lamb, a centerpiece in that deal. He's in the D-League. There is no way that they are going to be better or even as good without James Harden. They won't have anybody to get them through those spells when their bench has to go up against, let's say, the Clipper bench, for instance, which is so deep. And they won't have anybody on those Russell Westbrook kind of freak-out games to make those things go smoother.
A quick third topic, the Atlanta Falcons, all right? They show up last night. They D up. They beat the Saints again. Are you sold on the Falcons as a team that can get to the postseason and make a deep run?
If I'm an Atlanta doubter, I'm not so much sold after that game. Drew Brees gave them some nice little gifts. You know, he threw some interceptions. Then also Atlanta's defense did step up. But you have to also remember their offense it started and then it stopped. You know, it was like a Ferrari. They were going full speed, and all of a sudden it just broke down.
Elite, go tight. Are the Falcons different, and can they make a run this year?
Yeah, they are different. And I think we're letting past precedent, their past playoff pratfalls, cloud our judgment on this team. That was the 26th rated defense. They play the way they did last night combined with that offense. I think they're a Super Bowl team.
Nice job, guys. Thank you very much. Good to see you.